come back. We're going to fill in some gaps. We're going to answer some questions. We're going to share some testimony. We give some perspective after this video. So if you have guests that you've invited, text them. Remind them that we're getting started. Okay, it's go time here. And again, turn off all your distractions because this information is time sensitive and it is uber important. Okay, so you guys should be able to see my screen. Should be able to see this now. Just gonna make sure the sound is right. Okay, there we go.
Great to have everybody on this evening. Again, my name is Terry Camp, coming to you live from Las Vegas. Going to be walking you through what we are incredibly excited about. And really quickly, just so you understand, we came across this on April 20th. God shined down on us and allowed us to have access to a product that none of us saw coming. Phix is what we call it, where it's in this little snap right here. And we'd been around for about 18 months at that point as a company. And we were building a marketplace of products that we could continue to add all kinds of products and services to, and from all over the world, technically. And every market could have a different mix of products. April 20th, everything changed because we came across this particular extract that comes out of the hop flower. It's a matured hop extract is what it is, and it had never existed before by itself until 1953. Long story short tonight, companies started to extract this back then, but it cost $1 million to collect a gallon of it, so there was no way that was going to go to market. A handful of other companies did the same thing. The best of them, it was $500,000 for a gallon. The reason they did this is because it showed a great potential for fat loss, visceral fat loss. And so what we're talking about right now is burning fat smarter, not harder. There's a lot of people that do 75 hard. That's one way to do it. This is 75 easy. If you just take this, squirt it into a beverage, any beverage, it goes to work on your visceral fat. And I'm going to explain exactly how that happens. It's a paradigm shift. When you're talking about losing weight, nobody wants to lose weight, not even you. You want to lose fat. Just like everybody else, that's what we really want to lose is the fat, to get rid of all the stuff that's not supposed to be there over our lean body mass, right? So this is a paradigm shift to be able to squirt something odorless, tasteless, and colorless in a beverage of any kind and start the body's process of literally burning up visceral fat. No one's ever heard of that. We hadn't heard of it. And we were like, this isn't real until we started talking to doctors. And they were all going, you guys have no idea what you have your hands on here because it's never been seen before. This has never existed for human consumption ever until we brought it to the market 4 months ago, you guys. We were the company that got blessed to be able to bring this to the market because the pharmaceutical manufacturer that was able to finally crack the code on the pricing, the cost, that in the beginning for this particular product. It is plant-based, All natural, like I said, colorless, tasteless, and odorless, and there are zero side effects. Zero side effects. You start talking to people about fat loss, natural, no side effects. A lot of people are going, hey, talk to me about that. That happens all the time. I get hit every day by somebody going, hey, man, I saw some posts about this fat loss thing. Can you send me some information? It happens all over the place. This works with any kind of beverage, like I mentioned. It even works with adult beverages. Now, the only reason we state that is because most of the time when you talk about fat or weight loss, you don't do that. You're not talking about combining anything with alcohol. This happens to work that way. But here's what's going on in the body. We need 4 substrates, meaning types of energy: protein, carbohydrates, fat, and mineral. This body that God gave us needs all 4 of those things. Now, we take in too much carbohydrate and fat, most of us, because it tastes really good. You know that, of course. And so because we get a lot of that in, our body doesn't use all of the fuel energy that we take in the manner of food. We call it food. But when that happens, you take in calories, your body uses some of that, and then it expels some of the others, and the rest of it, it packs away for later. It's like, I got all this energy, got to do something with it. So it tucks it away in something called white adipose tissue. Visceral fat, bad fat is what this is right here. And so over the course of our life, we tend to start to look like this silhouette. You know what I'm saying? Because the accumulation of visceral fat. What Phix does, when it goes into the body, it does the same thing as if you were shivering. See, when the body shivers because of the drop in temperature, it's trying to create heat. It is an involuntary response. In that involuntary response, it activates the brown adipose tissue, BAT. And what that does, it sends a signal to the brain that goes back to the vagal nerve, down to the body, that says, start to burn up white adipose tissue, bad fat. And in doing that, it's burning 400 calories per hour when you shiver, but it's all coming from the bad fat. So if you could shiver for 12 hours a day, you'd be looking hot. 2 pounds of fat gone every single day. Think about that. Now, you can't do that, of course, because you can't shiver that long. The great part about this Phix is when it goes into the body, it goes to what's called the bitter receptors. And that alone starts to activate the BAT the same way as if you were shivering. It creates that thermogenic response in the body. You're not shivering. Don't get me wrong. You're not doing that. But it's starting to send a signal up to the brain, through the vagal nerve, back to the body to burn up the white adipose tissue. 4 up to 9 hours. One snap will create that thermogenic effect. So you're burning fat regardless of what you're doing throughout the day. How awesome is that? Not only that, but we can validate all of this with this app called Me360. It is not our app. We did not make it. We make no money on it. It's free. And so the cool part is you can go scan your own body and see exactly how much body fat have you lost, how much lean body mass have you increased, what about how much the inches, the circumference, all the different, how the body's shrinking. You want to see all that. And this validates all of that. You can put this in coffee or orange juice in the morning, and you can put it in iced tea or soda or water, or you can put it in scotch, whiskey, mojitos, shots, white wine, red wine, beer. You can put it in any beverage you choose, just like that. And when we go do that, we start to get transformation, body transformation in a snap. You get it? And we got social media influencers that are doing things like this and other things, and people are flocking by the hundreds. They sign up. What is that? Because it creates curiosity like nothing ever has. And we've already, like I said, we built a global marketplace. We already have all kinds of other products and services, really good ones, and they're different for every market. But then when Phix came along back on April 20th, when we finally figured out what we were hearing and what this could be, we were like, whoa, whoa, whoa. We need to stop everything and focus on this right here. And that's exactly what we did. We already have a global marketplace. We have logistics and warehousing in Asia, Africa, Europe, well, the UK, the Australia, and the US. All that's already done. So now what we're doing is getting this thing right here licensed in all the different regions that we're in and all the countries that we operate in. And then we're going to go get to the rest of the world. So that's the health piece. If you like what you're hearing on that, you'd like to get after that, get back with your friend. They can tell you how to get some of this. You can try it out for 30 days or whatever you want to do. Separately, you can actually create an income here by sharing this with people, kind of like we're doing right now. And As you share with people, we have a two-team system, a left and a right. That's it. Everybody who comes in after you on that team has to go on your left or your right team. Why is that important? Because everything everybody ever purchases forever counts for you. It creates volume that on which you get paid, whether it's people coming in as new reps or connectors, enrollment kits, monthly auto ships, miscellaneous orders. I order all kinds of other stuff, miscellaneous orders, retail, customer purchases, add. International sales. You can have business happening in every time zone, guys. You could get paid 24 hours a day as your team expands, not you putting the people in, everybody together putting the people in from all over the world. And the more people that join, the more income you make. With 50 people that have joined, not that you put in, just total that showed up, 50 on each team, you're looking at about $700 a month US, all right? Meaning US dollar. You can make $100,000 a week in our comp plan and everything in between. And let me just tell you, 4 months into this, we've got a gob of people making more than $5,000 a month. Some of them $40,000 a month in 3 months. Because what we're doing here, this guy right here, nothing like it. It's viral, it's fun, it's sexy, it's simple. In social media loves it. Social media influencers can make bank on this, and they are. And it's a great health product, maybe one of the greatest that's ever existed. So literally, guys, we have all of this already checked, and we are the only company with it in the world. And we already have the systems and the tools in place, training, marketing, all done for you. You don't have to worry about any of that stuff. So if you're somebody who's ready to get started, you've seen enough. I know I went fast, but for 30 bucks, $29.95 in the US, that's what it costs to be a rep. And in the UK, just so you know. 72 snap kit, $199.95, $200, and you get 72 snaps. You can use them for once a day, twice a day. You can share them with a partner or whatever. About 240 bucks, you're in the US. In the UK, it's the same 30 bucks, but it's $169 because there's laws in the UK that we got to deal with. You get 30 snaps instead of 72 because of that particular rule. If you're in the Australia, all the Aussies, 10 bucks and you're in as a rep instead of 30. 72 snap kit is available, same price, somewhere upwards of $300 in Aussie dollars to be a rep and have the product there. In New Zealand, the Philippines, Africa, you got two options: $100 snaps, 30 snaps for 100 bucks, or $200 72 snap kit is available as well, $10 to be a rep in those regions as well. So different packs, different regions, different costs. I know the person that got you on this Zoom or got you this recording can help you understand all of that. It's really simple. It's all on our site. I'm just going quickly through it tonight so that we can get a recording down that's limited so that people can use this to their advantage. So we're looking for people that are ready to take action right now. If that's you, let your friend know about that, okay? So with that, guys, I'm going to jump off here tonight, stop the recording, and just understand, folks, that what we have available here is something that has never existed before in the history of the world. And again, we are the only ones with it. If you like what you see, you want to change your life, let your friend know. And we'll look forward to seeing you on one of the upcoming Zooms that we have. God bless you.
Okay, so that is what I saw a month ago that blew me away. And hold on, guys, let me just turn this off. Okay, so that's what I saw a month ago that blew me away. Obviously, what Terry's saying there is a mouthful. I mean, if what he's saying is true, obviously everybody would want this. So I needed to know if it was true. Now, you may not be that way. You may not be skeptic like me. You may just be like, okay, I'm already ready to go. Sign me up. You don't need to say anything else. But for me, for those of you all who think like me, who are skeptical, I needed to do some digging. So what I did was I did a few things. One, I got online, started Googling Shore hops extracts clinical studies. Wanted to see some science stuff. I'm kind of a nerd a little bit. So I went through some clinical studies. That's not fun. Not suggesting you do that, but you can. Shore hops extract clinical studies. Okay. Secondly, the person who invited me here invited me to a Facebook group called Fix Your Health. Okay, Fix your health. Phix, Phix, which is the name of the product, your health. Okay, and I'm going to send you guys that same link that somebody sent me a few weeks ago so you can see what I saw again. When I joined this group 3 weeks ago, there was 3,3700 people. Now there's 6,200 people. So this group is growing like crazy. Now this group is not, nobody in here is going to try to sell you anything. This is a safe place. You're not getting on anybody's follow-up list or anything. You can go in here, safe place. Don't have to worry about anybody trying to recruit you or sell you anything, and just learn. The point of this group is just to learn about the product. Okay, learn about the product. So of the 6,200 people that are in this group, some of them are customers or reps, and others of them are just there to learn more about the product. Okay, so now you can't copy and paste that link. I don't know why Zoom doesn't want us to be able to copy and paste. So you're going to have to click on the link. And then when you click on that link, it's going to take you to the Facebook page. And then once you get to the Facebook page, you're going to click to request to join the group. Okay, now when you request to join the group, you're going to have to wait. Okay, so it's going to take, I don't know, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour. But whenever they approve you, you're going to be able to scroll through and see all these different testimonies. Again, there's thousands of people in that group. So there's hundreds of testimonies in there. Scroll through the testimonies. The thing I like about this Facebook group is that these are real people. It's not like Amazon where you got a bunch of fake bots giving testimonies or product reviews. These are real people just like you and I who have families, and you can message and you can send them um, you can send them a friend request. You can do whatever you want. Okay, these are real people on Facebook. So just go in there, and once you get in there, just start reading. And there's videos too. There's videos, messages. I mean, you'll see a bunch of testimonies. First thing I noticed when I got in there is, of course, you got the obligatory before and after pictures of people who lost weight and changed, had their transformation physically. But the first thing that really came out, that stuck out to me, was that this is obviously much bigger than fat loss. There's a bunch of people in there who've had all types of um, positive effects on their body that have nothing to do with fat loss. Nothing to do with fat loss. So you're going to see people who talk about better sleep. Getting the best sleep they've ever had in their life because of this product. You're going to see people who talk about better brain function or cognitive function, so less brain fog, quicker recall. You're going to see stories in there about people who've had skin conditions clear up, or their hair is not falling out anymore, or their hot flashes are less persistent. So that's Nikki, who is somebody way up above me in the group. She's been involved with the company for 2 months. She was having 10 to 20 hot flashes per day prior to joining, and now as she started taking this product, she's now having she still has hot flashes, but like one every 10 days versus 10 to 20 a day. That's a huge, 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 huge life-changing thing for someone who's on menopause. If you know anybody who's on menopause, that's life-changing. So you're going to see a lot of different testimonies. Why are these testimonies all over the place? I thought this was a fat loss product. Why are the testimonies all over the place? Well, this product stimulates your vagal or vagus nerve. Could be, I think those two words are interchangeable. Vagal or vagus nerve, which is the largest nerve in your body. It runs from your brain through your midsection, and it controls a lot of metabolic functions in our body. So when it's stimulated and it puts your whole body back into alignment, and you get all these other auxiliary positive effects on your body other than just fat loss. So that's the first thing I noticed, was like, wow, this is bigger than fat loss. And the more I read testimonies, the more I believed in the product. And the more the more testimonies I read, the more I started thinking about other people who I know who could use this product. Other people who I know who are going through, suffering from all these different situations that people are talking about in the group, that would love to have a natural alternative that doesn't have any side effects, that is plant-based. Okay, so that was the Facebook. That helped me. Again, I did the clinical study thing. And then the last thing that really helped me was an endorsement from a pretty prominent doctor who has nothing to do with this company. His name is Dr. Joseph Aarons. Now, he's a scientist He's been nominated for the Nobel Prize on 2 separate occasions, which of course is a big deal. Um, so Nobel Prize, of course, is a big deal. So he's a big deal doctor. And this is what he had to say about Phix. Let me try to get you guys. Okay, there we go. This is what he had to say. I have studied the mode of action and the potential underlying physiology of the hops flower. I can, without reservation, vouch for the scientific integrity of the supporting human and animal research that has been published in leading scientific journals. Now, this next paragraph is technical. I'm not going to try to pretend like I know what all this stuff means. So, luckily for us, he puts this in layman's terms. In the last paragraph, he says, in lay terms, the house flower causes increased metabolism in brown fat tissue, which in turn uses other fat tissue as fuel, burning it up. A 12-week study showed up to 60 to 100% greater fat loss for adults, including hops flower, in their diet compared to the control group. The novelty of the hops flower is that it is easy to consume, and you can add it to any beverage. That, for me, again, this guy has been nominated for the Nobel Prize multiple times, and he and other doctors that I found online were putting their professional reputation on the line to vouch for this technology, or vouch for this product, I should say, is really what helped me to wrap my mind around this. This guy knows way more about science than I do. So basically, after a week of doing all that, I came to the conclusion that this is the real deal. This is not, just some fugazi snake oil. So now that I'm, know this is real, I'm like, okay, everybody would want this. I mean, who doesn't want something natural that's going to burn fat while you're sleeping, or without you working out, or without you changing your diet? I mean, everybody we know would want this product. So then the next thing I did was really kind of dig into the how important is this? Okay, how big is this? Like we hear, you guys have heard about visceral fat. We talked about visceral fat, but what the heck is that? I mean, we don't learn about that in school, really. So what is visceral fat? How dangerous is it? Um, and to answer that question, this is a clip from the show, The Doctors. You guys remember The Doctors? They were on for, I don't know, 16 years. Very popular show in the States. Well, let's hear what they have to say about it. And they're going to use the term visceral fat and belly fat interchangeably.
A lean belly leads to a healthier, longer life. So when we measure around our waist, we're really measuring this gelatin fat. You see how closely packed together the organs are here? You need that amount of fat. That's healthy. But over here, this is unfortunately what a lot of us are dealing with. All that excess fat surrounding your organs. Your organs are separated by basically this toxic goop. I call it an alien invader. And I want to talk to everyone a little bit about what's happening inside your abdomen and why having a lean belly is such a key to good health. So you're walking around with too much abdominal fat. This fat you're looking at is visceral fat. It doesn't just sit there. It truly is toxic goop encircling all of your organs. It's increasing inflammation. It actually secretes chemicals that increase inflammation throughout your body. But it also affects your cardiovascular system. It increases, over time, your blood pressure, amongst other things. And as all these parameters are changing, your abdomen, that visceral belly fat, is doing other things. It's increasing production of something called interleukin-6. This chemical further increases inflammation throughout your body. And as this happens, something else really interesting is occurring. Your metabolism is being governed by this excess body fat. Adiponectin is affected. And what does it do when you don't have enough of it? It tells you to store more belly fat. So it's a vicious cycle to poor health. Your liver is overwhelmed with cholesterol. Well, what does that lead to? Plaque buildup in your arteries. And when you get plaque buildup, what happens next? Oftentimes, I see you in the ER, fatal heart attack, and everyone always says, what could I have done differently? Well, the answer is right here now, you've got to target excess belly fat. Belly fat leads to heart disease, cancer, stroke, arthritis, type 2 diabetes, even sexual dysfunction. And I don't want everyone to have to deal with that. Well, what happens if you actually get rid of belly fat and develop a leaner belly? You know what? Studies show you'll actually be smarter. You'll sleep better. Sounds good to me. You'll have a healthier heart. Better sex. They look pretty happy, don't they? Even more money. Less money spent on medical bills, more money to travel the world. Sounds pretty good, right?
So that's obviously pretty nasty stuff. This is not an even more inclusive list of different things that visceral fat can cause in your body. He mentioned some of these. I'll go through some of these as well, and the ones I can pronounce anyway. Pulmonary disease, obstructive sleep apnea. So, people who can't breathe while they're sleeping, and it sounds like they're dying while they're sleeping. They have to use CPAP sometimes. That's obstructive sleep apnea. That's visceral fat choking out your esophagus and your lungs and obstructing your airways. Non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, cirrhosis of the liver, gallbladder disease, gynecological abnormalities like infertility, polycystic ovarian syndrome, osteoarthritis, skin conditions, gout, cancer of the breast, uterus, cervix, colon, esophagus, pancreas, kidney, prostate, severe pancreatitis, hypertension, diabetes, coronary heart disease. I'm tired just reading this. Cataracts, stroke. I mean, this is all horrible stuff that we all know people who struggle with these issues, or maybe we're struggling with these issues. My dad passed away this past year in June, and he was overweight. He had, he carried a lot of weight around his waistline. He wasn't really, that big, but he had a lot of weight around his waistline, and he developed a lot of these issues. And I didn't know this until I just learned this recently. So, after learning this, I'm like, man, how much better would my dad's quality of life been had he been able to burn that visceral fat? My dad had gout. He had prostate cancer. He developed a brain tumor. He had pancreatitis. I'm sorry, he didn't have pancreatitis. He had hypertension. He was pre-diabetic. He had a stroke. And his last year, he developed cataracts as well. So all of this was happening in his body. And who knew that the culprit is visceral fat? Okay, so if he had something that could burn that visceral fat that's natural, my dad's one of those people who always, he would love, obviously, natural supplements I would give him, but his doctor's always putting him on all these drugs. So if he had something that was natural that could literally, burn that visceral fat, how much better would his last years have been? How much longer could he have lived? Quality of life would have been obviously improved. So this kind of hit home for me because I'm thinking, again, as I'm reading through all those testimonies, I'm thinking about all the people who I know that would love to use something natural to help them these situations. Again, we don't make medical claims. We don't make any income claims. I'm not saying all these testimonies are going to happen for you. We can't do that, but literally game changer. Okay. Now, and then taking this product, basically you want to take this twice per day for 90 days. Okay. So take this in the morning, you take this in the evening with any beverage. I just put some in here. I had a training this morning, so I was running. So this is my first, I just squeezed some of this in my water. You can put it in juice, vitamins, coffee, whatever you want. Morning and evening, twice a day for 90 days. And during that time, you want to keep track of your progress. Okay, so you can use that Me360 app that you heard Terry mention. I also use a scale called a Renfo scale. It's actually just a digital scale. Renfo is just a brand. You can get any scale that measures your visceral fat or your body fat. Mine costs $20. I got it off Amazon. The Me360 app that Terry's talking about is free. You just track your progress. Okay, Me360 will have you take a picture of yourself in the front and side, and it shows you how to do that. And then it tells you your percent body fat, and you can just measure over the course of the 90 days. Every couple of weeks, day one when you first get started, take your pictures, measure yourself if you want to do the scale as well. And then every couple of weeks, keep track of your progress. 90 days in, you're going to be blown away at the transformation in your body. If you do blood work before and after, you're going to be blown away by your blood work. Your doctor's going to be blown away by your blood work. Again, we don't make any medical claims. I'm just telling you what people are experiencing in 90 days on this product. But don't try it for a week. Say, oh, I'm not feeling anything. This is 90 days it takes. Some people are going to lose weight in their first week or lose some inches off their waistline. Other people, it takes several weeks. So 90 days, you want to commit to a day. On the other side of that, you're going to be like most people, and you're going to want to always have this in your daily supplement regimen. I use a lot of different supplements on a daily basis, and now that I know so much about this bitter hops extract, it will always be a part of my daily regimen because of all the amazing things it does for my body. Okay, so that's that. Now, if you're having a transformation physically and your body's changing and your skin looks great and your hair looks great and you've got slimmer waistline and your numbers look better, your blood work comes back great, are you going to keep this to yourself? Are you going to just say, okay, I'm doing great, forget about my friends and family? No. Even if you weren't getting paid to share this with people, you would share this with at least your close loved ones and family because you're a good person, not because you want to make money necessarily, but because that's just a natural thing that we do. When we find something good, good movie, a good TV show, a good series, a good restaurant, we tell our friends. Okay, and so that's what we do on our team. We're not into selling. We're not trying to recruit people. We just share the information. Hey, check this out. Let me know what you think. The script I normally say when I'm calling somebody is like, say I'm calling Annette. Hey, Annette, how are you? Happy New Year. How's the family? Everybody's good over here. How was your New Year? My New Year was great. Just loving the weather this time of year in Arizona. It's beautiful. But hey, real quick, Annette, I got something important I want to show you. What are you doing at 7 o'clock this evening? Nothing. I'll be sitting at home. Okay, I'm going to send you a Zoom link. Jump on this Zoom. This may or may not be for you, but it's one of those things where I don't want you to be mad at me 6 months from now, 3 months from now, and say, hey, why didn't you tell me about this when you first got started? So I'm just letting you know, okay? I'm just giving you a heads up. At that point, she's either going to say one of two things. She's either going to say, okay, great, I can do that. Send me the link. Or she's going to say, tell me more. What is it about? What's it called? What's the Zoom about? If she starts asking me questions, I'm simply going to say, look, Annette, this is way too important for me to mess up for you and your family. You really have to see it the way I saw it. But again, may or may not be for you guys. I just want to make sure that you guys get a chance to see it so you're not mad at me later. Okay, that's it. That's it. And I'm going to say, okay, Annette, I got to go. I got to make some more phone calls. I'll send you the link. Tell your family I said hello. And if you have any questions, let me know. That's it. That's it. Very, very simple. Notice I didn't try to sell Annette anything. I didn't tell her she needed to lose some visceral fat. I didn't tell her we're going to make $1,000,000 together. People like to buy, guys, but they don't like to be sold. Okay, so when you get on the phone and start trying to sell people, not only are you putting pressure on yourself to be a salesperson, and nobody wants to be a salesperson, you're also, you're making that person back up because you're trying to sell them something. Okay, so we're just sharing. So just like this product works without you having to change your lifestyle, yes, you should work out. Yes, you should eat right. Okay, but even if you don't, this product's still going to burn that visceral fat. Okay, even if you don't. And so I love that about the product, and I love about the business is that you don't have to change your lifestyle either. You don't have to. I'm not going around with a pack of these things in my backpack, going around sampling people and say, "Hey, try this, try that." I'm not in the barbershop with underneath my trench coat. I got samples of Phix. I'm not doing any of that. I'm doing the same thing I already do. If I find something amazing, I tell my friends about it at the restaurant. Hey, check this out. They go to the Zoom, they learn for themselves, they get the information, and they do whatever they want to do with that information. Some people are going to say, wow, this is amazing. I want to try it. Other people are going to say, not for me. It doesn't matter to me. I'm just sharing the information because I would want my friends to share with me if they found a plant-based product that burns fat and that literally doesn't have any side effects. I would hope they would tell me about it. So anyway, that is how we share on this team. And the people are just inviting people to the Zoom using that script has literally, we just started 3 weeks ago. People are literally making thousands and thousands of dollars just by doing that alone. Okay. So let me share with you really quickly. You may be saying, okay, well, Isaac, who wants this? Is this something that people would want? Is there a demand for this? Let's talk about that. Is there a demand for Phix? Now, the knee-jerk reaction answer would be, of course there is. I mean, who doesn't want to use something that's natural, that doesn't taste like anything, that you can add to any drink that's going to burn fat? Yes, sign me up for that. Everybody would want that. But let's dig a little deeper. How do we know that people would want a product that will help them lose fat without them working out, without them having to change their diet? Well, there's a little drug that came out a few years ago called Ozempic that has definitely proven that there's a huge demand for this type of product. Okay, now again, this is not apples to apples. Obviously, this is not a drug. This is something different, but it provides the same it supplies the same demand, right? People who want to lose fat and who don't want to work out or don't want to change their diet necessarily. So Ozempic, how big has it gotten? I mean, we guys all know Ozempic is taking over the airwaves, taking over Hollywood, taking over Wall Street. It's everywhere, but it's been around for a while. It was FDA approved in the U.S. for type 2 diabetes in 2017. It got FDA approved to be off labeled for weight loss in 2021, and then Wegovy, kind of its sister drug, is made by the same company. They came into the market in 2021 specifically for fat loss or for weight loss, and since 2021, it's been insane. Okay, so much so the company that makes these drugs, Novo Nordisk in Denmark, they were always, a pretty good big drug company. They've been around for 100 years, but now because of this one drug, in 3 years, they're now the most valuable company in all of Europe. Okay, depending on the day, between 300 and 500 billion dollars, based on depending on the price of the stock. Insane because of one product. This product now sells more than not just all the other drugs they make combined. It sells more than all the other products that Denmark sells as a country combined. So it's higher. Their sales are higher than the gross domestic product of the entire country. Okay, the biggest consumers of Ozempic are Americans because we're the most overweight people on the planet, and we have this desire to not be overweight. Okay, so for obvious reasons, but it's gotten crazy, and really you can't get this. I mean, it's a shortage of supply. Big reason is because a lot of people who don't necessarily need it, or just 10 or 15 pounds overweight, are using it to get into a wedding dress for their friend's wedding, or to lose some weight for a new movie role. So the people who actually do need it, who are 100 pounds overweight, can't get it because the supply is short, or they can't get it because the price has skyrocketed because of that demand. So in America, it's $900 to $1,300 to get Ozempic or Wegovy. Ozempic's like nine something. Wegovy's like 1,300 if you're paying out of pocket. Whereas in Germany and other countries around the world, it's $57 for the same thing. Why would they price gouge Americans? Because they know they can get it. They know our for-profit insurance companies will pay for it. Or even if you can't get your insurance to pay for it, people are paying this out of pocket. Yes, they're paying $1,000 out of their pocket a month for this product, in spite of the fact that it has all these side effects. This gives you an idea of how big Ozempic's gotten compared to its other drugs that are made by the same company. But Ozempic has some pretty crazy side effects, and people literally don't care about the side effects. Okay, they're like, "Hey, I want to be skinny." Now, some people, I understand. If you're 100 pounds overweight, your doctor is telling you, "Hey, you could die at any moment if you don't lose weight." And so, some people struggle losing weight. Working out doesn't work the same. Working out doesn't work the same for everybody. Eating right doesn't work the same for everybody. Some people are really do struggle, and so they could use this, but they can't get it because there's so many people who want to lose 10 pounds that are using it. But even that person who is 100 pounds overweight, they gotta take the risk of these side effects, guys, and that's a tough place to be in. Hey, I need to lose weight. If I lose weight, I can extend my life, and I need to be here for my family, for my kids, for my wife, for my husband. But I have to deal with these potential side effects as well. So it's a tough spot to be in if you're extremely overweight. But everybody who's just 10 pounds overweight and using it is just running the price up for the people who, who could save their life. But either way, most people don't want to deal with side effects. Okay, most people don't like taking drugs. I don't take drugs. I don't take drugs ever. 25 years, I've not taken any drugs other than Advil, Tylenol when I got all my four wisdom teeth pulled out the same day. I took some over-the-counter, painkillers for a week to get through that. Other than that, I haven't taken any drugs in 25 years. I know that's not everybody. Everybody's not like me. But most people, given an alternative, if they have an opportunity to get a natural alternative, they're going to take that. Now, this is not apples to apples. As I mentioned, Phix and Ozempic are two different things. Ozempic is a drug. It's a GLP-1, and it works by curbing your appetite. Phix is a natural supplement. It has no side effects. It literally puts your body in thermogenesis and can literally burn visceral fat. Okay, so this is two different things, but they both, again, like I said, supply the same demand, and this is a fraction of the cost. Okay, now understand that Ozempic and Novo Nordisk, the company that makes Ozempic, they're not making billions of dollars a month because they got great sales reps or because they have a great marketing team. They are making billions of dollars a month because the product works, right? For 10% of the people in the country, 10% of people globally that are resistant to the drug, but for 90% of people, they lose weight. They got all these nasty side effects. Some of them are very bad, very, very bad side effects, but people want to lose weight, they lose weight. Okay, and so the reason why this is growing so quickly is not because of the salespeople, it's because people see their friend lost 80 pounds. They ask their friend, "How did you lose weight?" If she's being honest or he's being honest, they say Ozempic. They go to their doctor to try to get some Ozempic, and then they lose a bunch of weight, and then their friends ask them, and then boom, 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 boom. That's how they got to billions of dollars. Okay, your cousin who lost all that weight isn't making any money because of everybody they're referring, because that's not how the drug industry works. But here, when we share with people, we actually do get compensated for that. And like I said, most of you guys would share even if you didn't make money. So if making money makes you itch, don't even think about the money. Just do what you normally would do, share with people, and the company will pay you as a consequence of that. Okay. Now we heard Terry's story. Terry, I went from $800 a month to $130,000 a month in a few months. I'm not saying that's going to happen for you, but that didn't happen because Terry's a great marketer. I'm sure Terry's a great person, great marketer. No disrespect to Terry, but he's not that good. Nobody's that good. There's a young lady named Nikki who lives in Canada. She found this on Facebook 2 months ago. She was on Facebook. One of her girlfriends had kind of a testimony. She talked about how she lost 6 inches on her waistline, and she did that in, I forget the time frame. I think she said a couple of months or something. And she said she hadn't changed her workout plan. She hadn't changed her diet, and she was just taking one product with one ingredient. And that got Nikki's attention. She called her or messaged her and asked her, what she's doing. She said, "I'm just taking this product Phix. I take it twice a day. That's all I've done." And so that, was exciting to Nikki because who doesn't want to lose weight around their waistline? Who doesn't want to lose inches from their waistline? But she's thinking, if this is real, everybody I know wants to lose inches from their waistline. This will be big. Nobody knows about this. Can I make money from this? Is there an opportunity here? And the rest is kind of history. So she introduced her to somebody in her upline that could answer her questions. And then Nikki started sharing this. That was 2 months ago. Last month, Nikki made over $30,000. Okay, last month, her second full month. Is that because she's just such a great marketer? No, it's the product. She's never made that kind of money in her second month doing anything. It's the product. Okay, she recruited this young lady named Haley. Haley has even less experience in marketing than Nikki. She's a pilot by trade, and she lives in Edmonton in Alberta as well, but she lives in the city. And she started sharing this with people. And literally, since she started 2 months ago, again, this woman has dabbled in marketing before, but never made any money. She's made $30,000 since she started, and last week she made $10,000 alone, just last week. And I know she wasn't working last week because I talked to her, and her cat is dying, and she's super close to her cat. So she literally spent the whole week spending time with her cat. She wanted to spend her last days with the cat. I'm not making this up. I'll have her on this Zoom at some point this week to share that testimony with you guys. But she made $10,000 while she was absolutely doing nothing. Why? Because she started 2 months ago and people told people told people. So while she was tending to her cat, people are still sharing, who are sharing, who are sharing, who are sharing, who are sharing. So to give you an idea of how that works, this is a kind of a cheat sheet. Okay, so you see here, these are different ranks in the company. These are like the top ranks. So there's a few ranks before this. And then this is the number of people that you need to have on your team to make qualify for said rank. And this is about how much money you would make once you hit that rank, okay, on average. So these are not exact numbers. This is not the entire detailed version of the comp plan. This just kind of gives you an idea of how this works. And all these numbers here you can cut in half if you do it in your first month, okay? So Sapphire, 20 people left, 20 people right, you're making $500 a month. Now, when I say 20 people left, 20 people right, I don't mean that you personally enrolled 20 people left, 20 right. I mean, you can share this with, let's say 6 of your close family members, 6 of your close friends. That's 12 people. And then let's say you have them on the 7 o'clock Zoom tonight. And then those people invite people to the Zooms on tomorrow let's say they each invite 12 of their close friends and family. That's 144 more people. Those 144 people share with their 12 friends. Whatever 144 times 12 is, those people. So basically, as your team grows, every one of those people, no matter how many generations from you they are, is a part of your left team or your right team. So 2020, $500 a month. We have people on our team who've done this in 2, 3 days. Ruby, 35. That's, you're talking about 800. Can anybody use $900 a month of residual income every month, whether you get out of the bed or not? Can anybody use that? Well, 35 left, 35 right. We have people on our team that did that in less than a week. 75. Nigga, when I say less than a week, I'm talking about we started 3 weeks ago. Emerald, we have people who've done this, $1,800 a month. We have people who've done this in 10, 11 days. Diamond, we have people who've done this in less than 2 weeks. $5,000 to $7,000 a month of residual income. 200 left, 200 right. And then you got double diamond, triple diamond, so on and so forth. That young lady, Haley, the one that's a pilot, I told you had never really made any money, significant money in this industry. She is a triple diamond. I told you she's made $30,000 since she started a couple of months ago, $10,000 last week. Nikki, the one who found this on Facebook, she is a blue diamond. I told you she made $30,000 last month alone in her second full month. She's never done it. Do you think she's making that kind of money because she talked to 800 people? No, she talked to some people who talk to people who talk to people who talk to people who talk to people. Why? Because the product is in high demand. Who doesn't want to have a natural product that's going to burn fat, whether you do anything or not? Okay, that's why these people are happy. And then that guy you saw in the video, Terry, he is a crown diamond, which means he's got thousands on his left, thousands on his right. Do you think that he got there because he talked to thousands of people? No. He told people who told people who told people who told people. The difference between him and Nikki and Haley is just time. He started sharing this in May before it even launched. They started in October. Okay, I have no doubt in my mind that Nikki and Haley will be crown diamonds or presidential diamonds in the next couple of months because people. There's a certain amount of inevitability. If you have 800 people on your left and 800 people on your right, and they all have this product and it's changing their lives and they're sharing with other people, sharing it with other people, there's just a certain amount of inevitability as far as rank advancement goes. Okay, but you got to start it off. This doesn't happen because you're just alive today. You got to start off by sharing with people who you know. But through the people you know everybody else in the world. They know people who know people. I've never been to Alberta. I mean, way up in Alberta, Canada. I've been on a layover through that part of Canada before, but I've never been way up there. But guess what? Nikki shared with people who shared with people who shared with someone who shared with someone who found me in Phoenix, Arizona. And that same thing happens for you. But you've got to start it off by sharing with know for that to happen. Okay, so we got some people in this room who are already absolutely crushing it. And timing is everything, guys. We are just getting started. If you've never been, most of you guys have been in business before or tried, dabbled in business before. But listen, I'm going to say this with everything I can in me. Timing is everything in business. Okay, most people think that in order to make a lot of money, you got to have all these skills. You got to be good at this and good at that, and you got to work hard. And yes, you do need to work hard. And yes, skills help. But if people who made a lot of money are being honest, when they made the most money in their career, it came when they were in the right place at the right time. Okay, they were in the right business at the right time. They in the right moment, had the right momentum, and boom, it just took off. If you've ever said, "I wish I would have been there," or you guys know stories about your uncle who said he remembers when his cousin told him about Bitcoin when Bitcoin was $1 and he could have had bought 1,000 Bitcoin, but he didn't believe in it. Or when your great auntie said she worked at IBM before the stock blew up in the 80s and that she chose not to get the stock options. We've all heard the coulda, woulda, shoulda stories. Or maybe it's a home-based business where I was there at the very beginning of that business and I would have just gotten stuff. We've all had those coulda, woulda, shoulda stories, or we've heard those stories about people who did become millionaires, not because they were great, but because they were in the right place. You hear about stories of people who were at Microsoft who were janitors in the early days. Janitors, guys, who were just mopping floors, but their 401k was attached to Microsoft stock, and they became millionaires because of their 401k. Just happened to be, attached to the fastest growing stock of the 90s. They didn't become rich because they were good at mopping floors. They became rich because they were mopping the right floors at the right time. So timing is everything, guys. We have people on our team who've never made any money in this industry that are making a ton of money because of the product is doing the work. When you have a product that's in demand and nobody knows about, all you got to do is get in the water. If you get in that water, get on the beach, whether you can swim or not, and you're sitting next to Michael Phelps, and Michael Phelps is showing off, showing you how good he can swim. Guess what? If a tidal wave comes, if there's an earthquake in the ocean and a tsunami comes and a big tidal wave comes, you're going to be swimming just as fast as Michael Phelps. Both of y'all are going to be going 100 miles an hour on that wave. That wave is pushing everybody regardless of your skill level. That's what's happening right now. People who have experience in marketing are dropping what they're doing, enjoying this movement, and people who have no experience in marketing are getting involved because they want to ride that wave. So speaking of that, let's get into, I got a couple testimonies of people in here who are absolutely crushing it. Let me see who we've got on. I've got a brand new, a couple of brand new emeralds. One I see on here in California. I'm sorry, in Canada. I'm not sure if she's in a place where she can talk. This young lady got involved about 9, 10 days ago, and just maybe 11 days ago, and just went berserk. She's been a business owner, so she understands timing, and she just starts telling everybody she knows about this. Not just everybody, people she knows who understand business. She was talking to because people who are business people, a lot of people avoid calling people who they think have made a lot of money because they're like, oh, this person already has money. She understands that people who have money understand timing and they understand positioning, and they will make time because of where we are. And that's Annette up in Toronto. Annette, can you hear me? Annette going once, going
Hi,
twice. There she
there
is.
you are. Sorry, I was trying to unmute myself here. Got
So
it.
bronze, silver, gold, platinum, sapphire, ruby. I know you're probably close to emerald if you're not there.
Probably I didn't even look yet.
But all that done in 10 days. Tell us what got you excited about Phix and about your journey here in the last 10 days.
So guys, I saw this, like you said, probably about just a week and a bit right now. And when I saw it, immediately I wanted to be on the product because I know I could use it. I've got some of that belly fat going on. But beyond that, after I saw it, I saw the potential that it has to make money also. So the very next day, I did exactly what Isaac said to you guys, right? I just called some people up, told them to jump on the call, 2, 7, and 10 o'clock, and they did. Right after the 2 o'clock call, I got someone that texted me and says, Annette, send me your link. They wanted to get on and get the product, right? And that kept happening every day for the first 7 days. It just kept going and going, right? And in 7 days, I pretty much had personally myself brought in about 12 people that came in, which was great. And they brought in a number of people. And before you knew it, the group was just growing. I mean, like the numbers are just exploding here, right? So I see that it's working. I was excited about the product by itself, but the money part is great because I saw some of the testimonials that came on there on the money part and especially on the product part. So for me, this seemed like a no-brainer, right? I know a lot of people that can benefit from the product, including myself, because that really got me. And the potential to make money here, it couldn't be any simpler. So I just thought, you know what? This is for everyone, man. I just started calling up all kinds of people I know and just having them jump on the call, and it seems to be working well. Isaac's call is doing an amazing job. So I would encourage you all, do exactly that. Just tell them, look, you saw something amazing, and get on one of these calls, see for yourself, see what I saw, see what everyone else is seeing, right? Because you're not
Awesome.
going to be able to unsee it, like Isaac said. And they're participating, they're getting it, right? That's it. Thank you, Isaac.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, congratulations on an amazing first 10 days. I know you're just getting started, but I want to give you your flowers on your journey. And I'm excited to see what happens within this business in this first month of January. Let's go to the other side of the continent. Let's go to Las Vegas, Nevada. We got two women there that just hit Emerald. V hit Emerald about a week ago. And then we had a new Emerald here in the last 48 hours. Vanessa, let me see if we can get her on. Vanessa, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
Well, congratulations again
Well,
on
thank you
hitting
very much.
Emerald. Wow. I mean, you're the one, two, three, fourth Emerald on our team, which is huge out of the almost 1,000 people on the team. So you're cooking. One, tell us what got you excited about Phix, And then what the heck are you doing to move so fast? First of all, like how many people have you enrolled so far?
Just 13.
13, okay.
13. Yep.
Um, and then you learned this morning that you want to keep recruiting, right?
Oh, but
And then and then
I
and
didn't
then
just
how many
learn this
people do you
morning.
have on your team total? From those 13, it's turned into what? How many
It's
you have
really close to 200,
Wow, 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 wow,
yeah,
wow, wow. So
yeah,
almost 200 people.
almost 200 people.
And that's
But
in like
today
two
is
weeks.
this
In
is
two
2 weeks
weeks.
today, 2 weeks today. And so yesterday was my 13th day that I hit
So
Emerald.
what I'm saying about this going viral and it moving without you, you just started it and then boom, boom, boom,
Absolutely.
boom,
I'm
boom,
just
boom. That's
riding the
real.
wave.
You're experiencing that in real time.
I'm just riding the wave and being coachable, to actually do what you say. Those trainings are just off the chain that you're giving us. We're getting high level training. And so I'm on a whole nother level mentally now, how I want to build my business now, just from the trainings. I I'm just a super
And
excited.
so you
Yeah.
referred the 13 people you referred, is that because you're sampling them, you giving them product and
Oh
you're like
no, no
telling them,
more,
hey,
no,
check this out.
no samples, because that's a sample is
So
not
what
going.
are you doing?
I'm just getting them on the call. Just getting them on the call, saying less to more.
Inviting them to the Zoom.
Absolutely. And I really,
Awesome.
I really haven't scratched the surface of my list because of
Better start scratching.
helping my team. It's only so many hours in the day, but
No, no, you put here the secret is if you want to move real fast, scratch the surface, go through your list, plug your team into the Telegram, and let the Telegram do all the training and get them
well,
together.
I got
That
that
way you can
today in training.
focus
I
on the
did
right
get
thing.
that in training today, so I was just telling
Yeah.
some people that they're gonna have to
Get them
plug
in
in.
the Telegram, let the system do the training, and so you can
Absolutely.
go out and go wide as possible. Congratulations,
Thank
brand
you.
new emerald out of Las Vegas, Nevada. And guys, we got a new diamond. I'm gonna let that sink in. We got a new diamond.
Woo!
The gentleman who referred me to this business, Leslie, the guy who I always talk about was bugging me, and then kept bugging me. This is this guy. Okay, you guys don't know him. He signed up about a month and a half before I did, and and again he was persistent, and finally, got me to look at this. I couldn't unsee it, and so I really appreciate him because if he wouldn't have said yes, and he wasn't at first. He was looking at this as kind of like he was serious, but he was like he had a lot of other things going on, and he saw how quickly that our group was growing, and he got real focused. He got real focused, and now his business is screaming. Brand new diamond, and there's less than 60 diamonds in the entire world. So out of the 38,000 people in this opportunity, less than 60 of them are diamonds, and we got a brand new one right here. Mr. Leslie Dorenin Court. Good evening, sir. Congratulations.
Hey, Isaac, amazing, amazing. You and your team of leaders are doing phenomenal, and I know you're doing a great job leading them, but you couldn't do it without the team and your leadership you're assembling is simply amazing. So let me tell you, I just want to tell you, I'm so proud of you guys, and we're gonna dominate because we're helping people. I'll tell you one thing. Isaac and I went back and forth, and yes, he was hard to get him to focus because I wasn't really focused to push him because I didn't quite believe I didn't get. I had just gotten the product myself, but I'll tell you what happened. God has a way of working it. He simply asked me, and I told him I'm worried about my health and I'm about the thing. He asked some questions, and okay, we went back. We talked for a little while, but he did his research.
I asked 1,000 questions.
And then he asked so many questions, and I said, okay, if and I answered the best I could. I sent it to the higher ups to get the questions answered. But let me tell you this. Of course, I am a stroke survivor, and we talked about the Fix Your Health group. In that my group of Facebook, Benita is my stroke survivor family thread group. And I tell you, the stories in there are just heartbreaking. I remember being in a hospital bed and wishing I had done, going back and see where did I go wrong. And to know that we have a product now that's natural that simply could help avoid people who who are 20 years old, 30 years old, 40 years old, having strokes. This is no joke. And so what I said to Isaac is, when we would go back and forth, I said, Isaac, you know what? This is about us changing the world because I know what you're capable of. I know how many people you can reach. Together, we can reach so many people in the world and put them on a product that can help them. At that point, I really felt that's when we connected. And you did your research, you did your due diligence, and you said, let's go. And you have not stopped. And you've done an amazing job to you and your leaders. And I thank you for saying yes. And I thank God for putting us together because
Awesome.
we saw the vision together. So I'm telling you guys, keep doing what you're doing. Follow this man. He's an amazing leader. Not only that, you guys are doing great. And you recognize that God has put us all together to change the world, to help our people out there who need this, people we love and care about. So that's
Awesome.
what I do. I simply call people watching you guys move. I'm taking off the governors. I call everyone to listen. I'm calling out of love and blessings. So hear me out. Get on this Zoom that explains everything, and because it can save your life. That's it. I say nothing else. And that's
Awesome.
beautiful since then. So thank you, Isaac.
Leslie, thank you so
God
much
bless you.
for saying yes to Phix. Because if you would have said no or told Kareem, you know, whatever, I'm not trying to hear that. We might have heard about this, but it might have been 6 months from now, a year from now. Who knows when? Thank you for giving us the gift of timing, and congrats on your last. I mean, Diamond is huge, and I know you're going to hit double diamond here, I'm sure, in the next few days. But we're going to celebrate you all along the way. Thank you so much. That's Leslie Court, brand new diamond, brand new minted diamond. That's big. Okay, guys, we got to go. We're over our time. If you are a guest and you're here for the first time, you have questions, you got things that you know, get with the person who invited you on the Zoom. That person is probably new too, but they can connect you with somebody in their upline that can find some answers for you. We don't profess to know all the answers, okay? If you're getting started, ask the person who invited you here for their link. Say, hey, send me your link now. Why is that important? Because there's a lot of people on the Zoom that are signing up. And we sign people up on a first come, first serve basis. Okay, people sign up, and then the people who sign up after them, if that person, let's say Sheila has 5 guests on the Zoom, well, guess what? The first one that says yes goes first. The second one underneath them. So timing is everything. And then we have a whole other Zoom at 7 o'clock tonight, and there'll be hundreds of people on that Zoom. People are signing up, and guess what? All the people who sign up on the Zoom tonight have to go under people who already are in the business. Okay, so that's why timing is so critical. You want to lock in your position if you're getting started. And as soon as you lock in your position, you'll have your own referral link. You can start inviting people to the Zoom. You'll be invited to our Telegram group. If you're not familiar with Telegram, it's just like WhatsApp or Messenger. It's a way for us to communicate with each other. So you're plugged in, you know when we're having events and when we're doing trainings, and you can plug in to your heart's desire, but you'll know you're a part of a family. We have a lot of fun here. We're helping each other. We're changing people's lives. And again, if you're joining us, welcome aboard. We look forward to working with you. And again, tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern time is our lab. We only have one Zoom tonight. That's it. Normally we do 2 Zooms in the evening. Today, 1 Zoom tonight. It's at 7 p.m. Eastern time. Do not miss it. Get your folks on. Again, everybody you know is going to hear about this. You want them to hear it from you, not somebody else. Okay. And 6 months from now, you may not understand why we're talking so fast and why we're so excited. 6 months from now, you'll come back to the Zoom and say, now I understand why these people are working so crazy. They knew this was going to blow up. They wanted to get in position. And you're either going to be saying, I'm sure glad I did, or man, I wish I saw that and I had no idea it was going to get this big. I mean, you'd be kicking yourself. So timing, timing, timing. Love you guys. Thank you, Leslie, for sharing your testimony. Thank you, Annette, for sharing your story. Who else do we have on in Canada? No, not in Canada. Vanessa, brand new Emerald. Thank you so much for sharing your story. And guys, we got some more big promotions today and last night, so we'll hear from some of those people on tonight's Zoom. But that's our time. Love you all. Welcome to the family. God bless, and we'll see you all at 7 p.m. Eastern time.
Recording stopped.